Hello, welcome back to the channel. Long overdue update on the component skill Battlemage. Go and have a look in the description. I'll link a bunch of the original videos and stuff. I'll do a quick previously on segment. The whole point of this was to use a component to give me my main attack skill. Main attack skill being the thing I spam, and up to level 75 I was using a Searing Ember. Searing Ember is that bad boy there. That amount I've got there, I mean, I've got a few characters in this save. You'll get a load of them drop. I got 752 without even trying. So that thing, if you look at that, it's a level 5 item. I started using that at level 5 and it was viable and effective right up to, well, it would have been viable and effective beyond 75. At 75, you get this thing drop. If you look in the middle of that thing there, Seal of Destruction. The component there is a Seal of Destruction. So that thing gives you Fire Blast, and based on the buffs that I've got, that thing, well, you can't really trust what it says there, but it's close enough. A whole load of fire damage and some burn damage, and it factors in 20% main hand damage. So anything you've got that will work off main hand damage, such as attack damage converted to health, that thing is pulling that in. Okay, so that's that. So up to 75 I was using that. Seal of Destruction. Granted skill Stormfire. It does fire damage and lightning damage and burn damage. A big step up from the 20% main hand damage. That pulls in 40% main hand damage. Fire and cold that the conduit is doing, that all gets pulled in to Stormfire's attack. And the other stuff that I've got on this character, I've got Alexa's Flash Freeze, which, as we all know, doesn't affect insects and doesn't affect a heck of a lot of bosses. I've got Warcry. There you go. That's a soldier skill, but that is pulling in weapon damage because I've got that helmet on. If you look at that, 50% weapon damage to Warcry. So Warcry is doing a bunch of weapon damage as well as that Stormfire thing. I've got Blitz because Blitz is just great if you're using a soldier. Even if you're using a soldier like this as your kind of backup second mastery, use Blitz. If you're doing any kind of soldier build, use Blitz. Just stick 1 point in there and you'll be laughing. And I've got Nullification. There's other things I could pick up from Arcanist. I could obviously eventually stick a point in Mirror. That's your 3 seconds of complete invulnerability, 100% damage absorption, that's great. If I was in hardcore, I would have got that a lot earlier on. I'm not in hardcore, so I don't really care. That's buffing spirit and offensive ability, that's maxed out. That's buffing energy casting speed, and it's lowering the energy cost of skills. That's pretty obvious. Iskandra's massively buffs elemental damage and weapon attacks, or attacks that pull in weapon damage. Same. Soldier stuff, yeah, the previously mentioned Warcry, there's me 1 point in Blitz, like I said. I mean, I haven't even put a point in that yet. There's some resistances, there's the physique and health buff, and fighting spirit, you take damage, it has a chance of activating, it's quite high, and it does you plus 200% to all damage, so that's pretty good. And look at that massive plus 235 to offensive ability. Okay, I'll go and kill Valexteria just to give you a demo of how it works and what it's doing, and I'll dodge these boys here and just go straight in the door. There we go, right. Blitz. Yeah, these mage guys round here, they tend to drop that conduit. That's the best easily obtainable item for this character. You can get that, and I got that drop with 2 rare. That's what you'd call a triple rare. It's a monster infrequent with a rare prefix and a rare suffix. The of Void Fire, pretty useless, because it adds, that's the thing that's adding that chaos damage on there. I don't know what else Void Fire adds in, I haven't looked, but it doesn't really matter. The Enchanters is adding that flat elemental damage, so I think if you've got one that hasn't got Enchanters on it, so it hasn't got that flat elemental damage being added in, whereas the other one has. These drop all over the place in Ogdenbog. Plus 3 to Iskandra's, I got another one there. That thing, that's once you get to, I think that's a revered one, isn't it? I bought that blueprint from Malmouth and crafted that thing, Heart of Malmouth, and it's just elemental damage, mainly because I've got better stuff. I don't know where I put it. I had a better thing knocking around. I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, like what I'm trying to do here is show what you can get. So target farmable, craft it. You know where those are going to drop in Ogden Bog. You know, pretty much know where you can grab that from. That's Valexteria's thing. Get that off the Soleil Guardian. You can farm that. Ascended Epilette. That drops off the same guys that dropped that, I think. That was just a lucky drop. If I'm supposed to be doing easy gear, I shouldn't be wearing them, but don't worry about it. That was just a random drop. Death's Cord is a Death's Vigil item. That's a low level 135. I should have crafted the next. Maybe my Death's Vigil rep isn't so good. Hang on a sec. Let me have a look. What are we doing here? So Coven's Revered. This Mills honoured. Dreeg's respected. Honoured. Where's Death's Vigil? Oh yeah, honoured. Okay. I could go and get the. Pretty sure I could go and get the next level version of that belt, but I haven't bothered. Doesn't really matter. That. It's kind of a joke, really. That I was lucky with that one, and that took a hell of that's a pain in the neck to craft. But yeah, it's that +1 to all skills and arcanist, and it's just that's probably the best relic for this build. If you haven't got that, if you've got one that's not as good, don't worry about it. Just use what you've got, and you know, if and when you can craft one of them, go for it. I dropped a bit lucky with that. Conversion's not so good, but it's got +1 to star packed on it, which is flipping lucky. Right, let's get in here, kill some of these boys. Level up while I'm at it. It's always fun. Right, let's shut these boys up and then I'll go and get Valexteria. There she is. She's already shooting at me. Right, come here, love. You can't really see what's going on, but look at her health go. Drop something nice. No, of course you're not going to drop something nice. Because you're evil. She's evil, you know. She doesn't like me, right? I think I've died a few times on this character. Probably 18. Yeah, okay. It's a bit of a glass cannon when you're leveling, but don't worry about that. Lapse time, 1 day, 9 hours, 39 minutes. Monsters killed, quite a few. I have really enjoyed playing this character. The main point of this was to see what you can do with a component attack, because obviously Alexra's minimal kind of use on high level stuff. Warcry same, Blitz 1 pointer, that nullification, that's just if I get a whole load of debuffs on it, I'll switch them all off. If I got bleed and poison all going on, I can switch them off. But that's your main thing. What I'll do, I'll just run through here and I'll only use that. I won't use anything else. It's like a machine gun, it's really good. And you can see because of the buffs to spirit and the reduction in skill cost, it's not, I mean, you can sit there with your finger on that button all day and your energy's not going to run out. When they come towards you up a narrow path, they're not going to last long. Like I said, the attack damage can see, I mean, my health's dropping off there, but you look at the attack damage converted to health, it just pulls that health straight back. So that's just Stormfire. So don't underestimate that thing about the weapon damage getting pulled in, because that attack damage converted to health is... I'm not taking any health pots, I'm not doing anything else to get health back. I'm just shooting things. Alright, let's put some points in. I mean, I did level up. I didn't do much about that. So I'm trying to remember what I'm doing with me attribute points. I'm probably sticking them all in physique. See what you can do later. Once you get to 100, once you've got all these points allocated that you think you're going to allocate, what you can do is you can get a potion and take all your points out of here and then mess about with whatever your end game gear you think is going to be. You can stick things on there that will multiply your physique up and then equip it as you go. Put a bare minimum amount into there to get a decent amount and then stick all the rest in either cunning or spirit to raise your attack damage. I mean, it's a kind of an advanced concept. I don't tend to do that a lot, but you can do that. We've covered the skills. Hopefully that's self-explanatory what's going on there. Warcry's got Fissure on it. Fissure is that thing. So if I walk up to some guy and shoot off Warcry, one of the enemies that it hits, or one of the enemies nearby when it goes off, will get Fissure underneath. If it's a single target, obviously it's great, and if it's a stationary single boss, it'll get shotgunned by Fissure. Right, so I fire it off. So it's going off somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. There it is. Right, bottom left. Fissure was just going off there. Yeah, it's going off up there now. Right by me. Because it's on Warcry, and Warcry's got a long cooldown, it's got a 100% chance to activate. There you go. So whenever I set Warcry off, if there's something there to take damage, Fissure will go off underneath it. I've got Elemental Seeker on the Lexras. What else we got going on here? That's on Stormfire. So as well as Stormfire spamming, Tsunami's going to go off every now and again. That's my kind of health regen buffy kind of constellation. There's a resistance reduction thing. There's a flat damage resistance reduction thing. I'll stick Grim Tools in. It was going to be level 90. It'll be a level 91 now. I'm going to put this point. Try to remember what I was doing. So that's max. That's max. That's maxed. 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 Oh, I suppose that probably. And I could grab that, but I can't really be bothered in softcore. Mavens, yeah. Another 1% damage absorption or a bit more crit damage. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Can always respec all this later. I haven't really got very... Well, actually, where did I get to in Forgotten Gods? To there. Yeah, I haven't progressed on. I got as far as this bit and then quit. Now, what is worth mentioning, I mean, this build isn't your ultimate meta super boss killer. That wasn't the point. The point always was, what can I do with a component skill? How far can I take that while supporting it with minimal other stuff? And it's come on quite well. What I'll do, I'll get up to 94, figure out what sort of stuff I want, go and try and get a better pair of them. That's not bad actually for a Battlemage. That 43% poison and acid resistance, that's going a long way to sort that out. Just going to need, all of this is going to need a step up when it goes into ultimate. I mean, that's okay. That's okay. The elemental stuff's alright, unsurprisingly, because of all the elemental devotions and things I've got going on. Bleed will be okay. Vitality will be, yeah, it'll be over 80. That won't be, and that won't be. So I have a few things to sort out in ultimate, but it should be alright. But yeah, I'll get to 94, do a few more gear updates. I might not get anything better than that for a while. That's level, I think that's 82, and 82, but that Enchanter's prefix is good. What you really want, you want something like a glacial conduit of scorching, so it's doing additional cold and fire, or whatever the one is that adds lightning on. Does of squalls that? I don't know, possibly. But yeah, because obviously with Stormfire doing fire and lightning and Tsunami doing cold, that's like a full-on elemental attack. It's doing damage from all the different damage types. It's got more of an emphasis probably on lightning, because it's got lightning from Stormfire and from Tsunami. But yeah. But if you want to have a go at this, grab yourself a Searing Ember, and then every time because Searing Ember pulls in 20% weapon damage, every time you get a weapon upgrade, your Searing Ember will go up, and every time you get a devotion or a skill or whatever that buffs elemental damage or fire damage, your Searing Ember will go up, and then you get 75, you get that Seal of Destruction blueprint drop if you're lucky, and off you go. So yeah, this is still a barrel of laughs. You know, it's not a massive end game killer, but it's a heck of a lot of fun if you want to try something different, particularly if you are thinking, you know, I don't really know what skill to use. Get yourself a component skill and force yourself to rely on that. Have it as a bit of a challenge. Anyway, that was the much requested Pew Pew Battlemage update of level 90. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.